Hey Capricorn, I hope you're all doing amazing. My name is Sarah and this is my channel, Serendipity Astrology. I'm doing a general tarot card reading for April 2022. Wow, April is a very intense month. It starts off with a new moon in Aries. Aries being your fourth house. So I feel like there's new energy and like a healing energy, especially around like communication and just, feelings and being heard and what you want and what you need. I feel like it's all coming together because we have Chiron, we have Mercury, we have the moon, and we have the sun all like conjunct at this time. So that's going to be a big opening up energy for you guys. You're going to feel this energy for like the next couple months. I feel like, you know what? I just felt like I should cut that a third time. Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, again, like I said, your first house, your second house, your third house, your fourth house, and your fifth house are all lit up right now. Especially with Uranus and the North Node in Taurus. That is your fifth house. There's, you're changing up the way you have fun. Changing up what romance means. There's so much that fills the fifth house. It also has to do with children. I feel like there might be a reconnection with your children happening at some point. Maybe if there were some issues there, like maybe some older children, something like that. With this new moon in Aries, though, maybe you're getting a new place. Like maybe you're moving to a larger place. Now, you also have, let me see, Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. That's your third house. Some of you might be learning something new. You might be taking like a short trip or something. But, all right, let's get into your reading, shall we? You have the Knight of Wands, followed by the Fool. You have the Four of Wands. I saw this when I was shuffling prior to this reading. I knew this would come out. You have the Two of Swords. You know what? Sagittarius had this in the same row. It's very funny. Also the Nine of Cups and the King of Cups. So this first row, well, these rows are going to be past, present, future. And I'm going to be clarifying with multiple oracle decks and clarifying with more right away. Here, let me just throw this to the side. Okay, so with this first row, which represents the past, we have the Knight of Wands followed by the Fool. I feel like some of you like took a chance and went down like a new path. And maybe it was like going to someplace completely new. You might have moved out of state. You might have, like, it just feels like it was something completely new for you guys. Like you just really took a chance just because you needed like a break from the energy that has been kind of plaguing you, especially with Pluto in your first house. There's been a lot of death and rebirth going on in your sign, especially in the final degrees of Capricorn. So it's like the finality of like the lens that you see things through. Maybe just your point of view is changing as well. I don't mean actual death. Like I really don't like to read that through these cards. So I'm not going the actual death route, but Pluto and Capricorn, that's like Phoenix rising from the ashes. It might just be your processes. I feel like it has a lot to do with the lens through which you see everything. Like you're seeing things in a new light. I'm pulling you a Spirit Animal Oracle card. Yeah, again, this Knight of Wands, I feel like you guys were really charging towards something new. The Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Sagittarius had that same card. It's so weird. You really need to, like, you needed to be in a playful place where you were seeing things new, like fun, moving towards like a lighter-hearted energy that wasn't something so heavy, just because I feel like things have been really heavy for you guys. They have been heavy for a while. I'm pulling you a Moonology Oracle card. You have the full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. Yeah, this has a lot to do with you like being in the flow of things. And I feel like you really felt called to go towards this new path. So you just kind of went with it. Your practical side might not have seen this working out, but you were really going with what felt more spiritually in tune with you and just what you really needed to do just for yourself on the inside. I have that feeling you were just following your internal guidance. I have the Three of Wands as well as the Three of Swords. You have 2 threes. I feel like you guys were trying to get away from this heartache. You know, you had a certain level of heartache. I feel like for some of you, it feels like a self-created heartache. You know, so like a certain way you were seeing things that you just weren't willing to let go of, and you needed that new perspective, just kind of to let this energy kind of transmute and kind of fall away. You had to be able to see it from a different angle. But again, I really feel like with this Three of Wands, wherever you went, whatever you did, that was this new path you went on, you still felt like you were sitting there waiting for your ships to come in. Like you were still waiting for something to show up for you. Maybe the real thing was you needing to show up for yourself. You know, you needing to be there for you. You needing to create that balance for yourself instead of thinking that someone else would be able to create that balance for you, or a new place could create that balance for you. So this second row, which represents the present, we have the Four of Wands followed by the Two of Swords. These two cards together to me are talking about trying to find a balance. Like trying to find stability within yourself as opposed to, you know, like the relationships you have on the outside of you. Like your internal self versus your external self. Like finding that balance and really, I feel like, you know what, you guys are starting to get there. It's a slow process, and it can feel like sometimes you're moving nowhere. But I feel like you start to get to a point of celebration, especially with so much going on in Taurus right now, your 5th house. It's like fun, that's romance, you know. I feel like things might be opening back up for you, but part of that is you opening your heart back up. I feel like doing things from a place of a closed heart, you only get so much. You know, you can only see so much. You can only like feel so much. Life is a lot about feeling. And feeling things that they can be, vulnerability is tough, man. I totally get that. But I feel like you guys need to reach a level of vulnerability and kind of self-awareness that maybe what was stopping things up was you. You know, and it's not what was outside of you. It was what was inside of you that was holding you back, like a certain level of like guardedness, maybe keeping secrets from your significant other, you know, or someone that you could see yourself with. And it's about vulnerability and honesty. I feel like there's 2 cards here. These cards are so bulky. You get the angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. You know, what this card is telling me is that you are safe to be vulnerable. You are safe to let people see you for who you are. You are safe being your authentic self. And that through that vulnerability that you're willing to like put out there, that's an important level of strength that you're connecting with. And again, it leads to a potent connection, something that can't easily be broken. Something that like you probably longed for your whole life, but you thought was out of reach for you. You have the 5 of Cups. You know, you just have, it's a fear of, you know, losing things. It's a fear of letting yourself be seen, letting yourself be vulnerable. What you don't realize is that if you just turned around, there are still 2 cups behind you, and those cups represent you and what you provide for yourself in emotional stability. Also have the 6 of Wands. So I feel like once you get past this hump of, you know, kind of it's a little bit of an internal struggle, I feel like you're going to be in a place of celebration and happiness. And once you can let go of this feeling of, you know, lack, like you're in fear that you're not willing to open up to someone else. This final row, which represents a possible future, we have the 9 of Cups followed by the King of Cups. The King of Cups to me is talking about you sitting in a place of emotional stability. No matter how choppy those waters feel around you, you can feel strong within yourself. You know, you can feel that you have the emotional capacity to weather whatever storm is there and feel like you're complete, you're stable, that you're good. This 9 of Cups is talking to me about you feeling like you're in a better place because those cups are full in the background. Now it's like the trophies of your vulnerability. It's the things that you've stacked up behind you that it's like an internal like stability that's helping you feel safer. You got the full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. You're definitely good enough. You're absolutely good enough, but it has to start with you feeling that you're good enough. You have to be the one that's saying, I'm good enough, not waiting for the external validation of like someone else telling you that you're good enough. It has to be you. It has to be you. That is a song. I don't know why that just popped into my head. That's funny. All right, I'm pulling you another card from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. You get the Swan Spirit. Time for a deep dive. Yeah, this is a deep dive within yourself. This is a deep dive of inner knowingness. This is a deep dive of getting in touch with what's inside of you and being vulnerable, and the amount of beauty that starts to radiate out from you when you're willing to self-validate, just kind of be seen for exactly who you are. Okay. We have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. I also feel like a lot of you are going to be like, you may have been studying something new. You may have been like working on something in the background that's going to further you, further your life, further your goals and your dreams. I feel like you guys are really taking this off the ground. I feel like some of you are getting an idea, but a lot of you are taking this and moving forward and seeing like a return that it could be coming quicker than you think. A lot quicker than you think. That's what I get. All right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have an amazing April. I do feel like this is a forward-moving energy. I feel like you guys have made so much progress in the last couple of years, especially these last couple months. This has been huge for you. So I will see you all again soon, okay? Bye, guys.